Réseau du sport étudiant du Québec, merci d'être le championnat de l'Initiative. Vous souhaitez la bienvenue au championnat provincial de basketball collégial division 1. The RSEQ and Champlain College Onyxville welcome you to the College Division I Basketball Provincial Championship. Seconde finale masculin opposant les Highlanders de Collège Jean-de-Brébeuf au Dynamique du Collège Brébeuf. This quarterfinal match has the Islanders from John Abbott taking on the Dynamique de Collège Brébeuf.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Denver Gym here in Lennoxville, Quebec, on campus of Bishop's University. As my name is Leighton Garrity, and joined with me is legendary Bishop's coach Eddie Pomacala. Coach, we just witnessed a great rivalry in Vanier and Brébeuf to kick things off in the provincial action. Now we're facing off against a team who's lost twice this season, Jean-de-Brébeuf, up against a team who had to fight their way into this position in John Abbott, defeating Sherbrooke last weekend in a heartbreaking loss for Bishop's University assistant coach James, who was actually coach of that Sherbrooke team. How do you see this game going a little bit?
Well, at the outset, it looks like it's a mismatch. 14-2 playing against 7-9. But John Abbott has not been healthy all year. They haven't had their pieces. They have their pieces for this weekend. There is no excuses. They've got their guys, and they think they've got a game plan that will enable them to compete in this game.
As things are off and underway, a loose ball scooped up there by Abbott center Owen Mercier. Standing at 6'10", Mercier looking to distribute. He'll hand the ball off to King. Miles King now continuing the pitch action here for John Abbott.
Nice ball movement to start, getting everybody involved, getting the ball to their guy, and he scores. Miles King, the son of head coach David King. David King is my son, okay?
Okay.
Played for me on the Quebec team. He was one of the best players I've ever coached. My first championship at Bishop's University, and much love for David.
As Brébeuf called on the travel, failing on their first offensive possession. Abbott regaining possession here on the sideline. It's Félix Thériault set to inbound the ball. Bringing the ball up the court now, UK Best. Abbott with a possession as Thériault goes over to Mercier. Mercier will hand the ball off back to Ray Hill, and Best will regain possession here. Abbott continuing their ball movement. 5 on the shot clock as Mercier loses possession, needing to come back on the defensive end of the ball. Brébeuf trying to finish at the rim, able to do so. As Brébeuf will tie the game back up here at 2. A lot of fans travel out to this game. Already loud in the gym. Great to see. At a 12 p.m. tip-off, driving inside, Best can't finish at the rim. He'll regain possession on his own rebound as Ray Hill driving down the lane. Back out to Best, a three-point shot off the mark. Batted out of bounds by Brébeuf.
Abbott is spending a lot of time with the ball. That's what they need to do. They need to make Brébeuf play a lot of defense and then see if they can attack.
As Abbott inbounds the ball here, Mercier moving it back out towards Best. Inside, Thériault will finish at the rim.
Thériault is a McGill commit, and Coach Ryan Thorne's very excited about the intangibles that this young man will bring to his program next year and for the coming years.
Now Brébeuf looking to pose a threat. They scored last time up court, and a foul will be coming up against Abbott.
Yeah, Miles has got to stay out of foul trouble. He's their man. He scores 16.9 points per game. He gets 7.3 rebounds. He has made 45 threes. He's the CJEP version of Steph.
He's as Mercier comes down with the defensive rebound. Coming up a court here is Best. Best still with possession, 14 left on the shot clock, looking to distribute out to Thériault. Thériault back will find an open look, but couldn't connect. There is King.
Every look for Miles King is an open look, okay? His range is when he comes into the gym. And on the Brebeuf's side, we got to pay attention to this guy, Edouard.
Coming back the other way, and now is Best. As Yukai Best putting up the moves, dancing around, mid-range shot on the mark. Yukai Best doing it.
Edouard Gauthier scores 20 points a game, and he is just fun to watch offensively. He's got full arsenal of offensive moves and shooting ability.
Loose ball scooped up here. Julius Ferguson got his hands on it. He'll send up a three and answer the call as Ferguson gets Brebeuf on the board. Back at 1 point spread.
6-5.
Continuing here. Best with possession. He'll move it over towards Rayhill. Driving down the lane, Rayhill cut it back out. Going inside towards Mercier, attracting a double team. Mercier up to Theriault. Theriault sends up a mid-range shot and gets it to fall.
And Coach Michael Mielewski is wants his team to get the pace, to get it running.
As Brebeuf now moving the ball down low in the post. Theriault up guarding Pierre-Louis. As Isaac Pierre-Louis is fouled, he'll head to the line for 2.
Do you know that I'm the only guy in Quebec that can pronounce Michael Chmielewski's name properly?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
We're both Polish.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. His brother Adam sitting next to him as an assistant.
As good as Pierre-Louis at the line, looking to go 2 for 2 for his trip. Pierre-Louis puts it up and gets it to go. As coming back down the court here is Abbott. Best moving over towards Rayhill. Back off to Best. Inside Mercier, going up and gets it to go with the left is Owen Mercier.
That's a lot of size down low. And guess what? We're going to be watching him play for the next few years.
Bishop's University commit. Excited to have him on campus, as he'll get to watch his team play in the finals tomorrow night. Rayhill coming up on the steal. King moves it over to Best. Best with possession here for Abbott. Looking to pose a threat, goes off to Theriault. King now driving inside. Mercier goes up and can't get it to go. Back up court is Brebeuf. Ferguson hit a 3 earlier in the game. He'll move it down low. Leliev up against Mercier. Mercier gets a hand in and blocks the shot on that one.
10-7 Abbott. A very surprising start, but one that Coach David King expected. He told me before the game, he says, we got a good game plan.
As a turnover there, coming down the lane, Isaac Pierre-Louis scores 2 for Brebeuf.
Isaac Pierre-Louis is their second leading scorer at 16 points a game, 7 rebounds. He's a big piece in their arsenal.
A foul now up against Lelièvre.
That's the game within a game, you know, which big is going to dominate. Alexandre Lelièvre's got very good size too at 6'8", but Owen Mercier is taller and got a longer reach.
As Mercier heads to the bench, coming into the game here for Abbott, Noah Manikoglou.
And he's a three-point shooter. He'll come off the bench and look to stroke it from the outside.
Off of Best's leg, so it will be Brebeuf possession here, inbounded from their own baseline. As Ferguson will look to inbound the ball here for Brebeuf. It goes over to Pierre-Louis. Up court, a good defensive stand, got his hands in on it. Was Kareem Rayhill.
Kareem Rayhill is in Edouard Gauthier's shirt. He's checking out the flavor of his gum. I mean, that's how you got to play the best player on the other team. You've got to make them uncomfortable, and you got to make them work, and hope to wear them down.
As Miles King checks back into the game here for John Abbott. A shot off the mark for Gauthier. Regaining possession at the three-point line, and no good for Brébeuf, and it will be Brébeuf possession. That was Alana who threw up the three. Brébeuf inbound the ball here with Gauthier. He'll go inside, finding Jerbic. Back off to Gauthier. Trying to back down the lane, going up to Pierre-Louis. Pierre-Louis, hand off to Gauthier. 5 on the shot clock, stepping out of bounds.
And the referee's got to be careful, okay, about how they call things on Edouard Gauthier, because his father is a top university referee, Sébastien Plot-Gauthier, who I had the pleasure of coaching on the Quebec junior team many years ago in the 80s. But Sébastien is the big rules interpreter in Quebec, and his son plays for Brébeuf. Little insight to the basketball
he'll be taking
here.
Notes.
Yes.
As driving down the lane here, Abbott, a nice little block there by Pierre-Louis. King comes up on possession, picking up the loose ball. King, pump fake, no look, pass inside. A nice little look, couldn't connect on the shot, however, was Jibarotwich. And not a good sign here as Brébeuf player in a visible pain, holding at what looks to be his hamstring and knee area.
Jibarotwich, first personal foul, team's third.
Miles King has got, like, superb basketball IQ. He grew up with the game, you know, with a father who excelled. I mean, David was an All-Canadian at Bishops. He was MVP of the Quebec Conference, All-Star every single year he played. And, you know, he's coached professionally. He's coached at the university level as an assistant at McGill. And so, you know, Miles had that opportunity to grow up with the game, and that's a big advantage. Playing for your father, that's tough. That's a very difficult thing. I wouldn't be able to do it with my sons, and I told my son Justin, who was the best player in the Eastern Townships in high school, I said, if we're going to love each other,
yeah, I'm not recruiting you.
Well, I can't coach you because, you know, it's a lot of times it's a no-win situation. You're either playing him too much, or your wife tells you you're not playing him enough, and you know, there's trouble in the dressing room that way. So you want to be able to. Okay, that's a good sign. Assistant coach for Brébeuf, Carlo Galli, is also a physiotherapist.
Okay.
Yes, and a very good one. Carlo has been involved with the UQAM Citadin program for many, many years, where he was an assistant, and now doing a lot of stuff at Brébeuf, coaching with their juvenile team, and lending his expertise in many ways. It's a great organization at Brébeuf.
As Brébeuf looking to bring the ball back up court, here is Azzi. Azzi out towards Coutu. Driving inside, kick out, trying to connect with Alana. He'll regain possession, and there's a shot clock error here. As the refs will whistle, the board is down.
Thomas Barton is frantic. He's our producer, and wait. Trying to fix something, but they're not sure exactly what. Somebody pulled the plug, the electrical plug.
And now Thomas is going over to ask for some tape.
Yeah, because the scoreboard is, so now all we got on the scoreboard is it's 12:29.
It's 12:29.
Yeah, and that's not the score. So.
As we'll see if we could get things back up and running here on the scores table. Maybe blew a fuse, too much connected to it.
It seems they have to just tape down the electrical outlet, the plug.
You know, there's no person that I'd rather have on this job than Thomas, though. He's going to get it done.
Yes, yeah. It's about getting the job done, doing it right, And he does a great production with our university stream here on Gators TV. And we appreciate the RSEQ being able to stream every single game here. What a treat that is for people who maybe can't get out to Lennoxville area. If they would, they'd be coming on a beautiful day. We got the scoreboard back, 3:23 to go in the game, 10-9 for Abbott over Brébeuf. And I'm moving the camera. If there's a problem with your viewing, it's not you, it's me. Okay? It's my nervous right leg, which I'm going to try to control right now.
As things back off and underway here, 3:23 left in the first quarter action. As going up, couldn't connect on that one was Pierre-Louis. Back the other way is Best with a lot of speed down the court. And now the shot clock won't start. So another error. As down to 14-24. Should be 21 seconds on the shot clock. We'll see if they get it right.
.320 to go. No, 3:19 now on the clock. They take a second off. Now they got 19 seconds on these, so they made a compromise, Leighton.
They did.
That's pretty good. In the forecourt, 19 seconds. You should get
3:16 left in the quarter, though.
3:16. We lost 3 more seconds. Okay.
As King inbounds the ball here for Abbott into Mercier. Mercier will find Best. On the baseline now, moving it back up. Best with possession, drives in at the rim, can't get it to go. Resetting back to 24 as Brébeuf comes up court. Brébeuf attacking inside, a nice little look, couldn't complete it, was Coutu.
You know, Mercier didn't block the shot, but the Brébeuf player knew he was there.
He affected it.
Yep.
As Abbott now, Manicoglou will dish it out. Best back to Manicoglou, a 3-point shot on the mark for the shooter as he gets things to go from the corner. Back the other way comes Brébeuf with Azi. Azi over towards Coutu. Azi now will find an open look, driving inside, and a travel called up against Desrochers.
Well, this is the start that Abbott wanted, and Brébeuf is, you know, to Michael's credit, he's up there, he's you know, cheering his team on. They want to get this game going. They need the tempo to be higher than what it is for them. And so far, Abbott, with their ball movement and player movement, is negating what Brébeuf wants.
Best sends up a shot, unsuccessful on the 3-point attempt. Looking to come back the other way here for Brébeuf is Edouard Gauthier. Pump fake and will finish over top of Mercier.
He's Mr. Elastic Man. He's got a long wingspan. He can hang in the air a little bit and scores in a variety of ways.
Best drives in, a kick out. As now Abbott with possession, Manicoglou. Best into Mercier. Mercier, a double team, trying to go up with it, can't finish at the rim. Regains possession and out of bounds off of Brébeuf.
When you got a guy like Mercier, okay, you've got to be able to understand exactly where he's going to be effective with your pass. And what I mean by that, you can't get it to him, you know, at his numbers. You got to get it higher so that he catches it and finishes. That was a great cut and good finish by Thériault down low.
McGill's got a good one coming for them.
Yeah, Felix Thériault averages 12.4 points per game, 6.6 rebounds. Took 7 charges in one game. I mean,
wow. It's a dog.
Everybody comes out and says, Eddie, you would love to coach this guy. Of course. Somebody giving up your body for your team, yeah, that's my guy.
As another substitution finds best, going to the bench here for Abbott, and Kareem Rahill back out on the court here.
14-11.
Brebeuf inbounding the ball as they will not turn it over. A mental mistake up on Abbott's part.
Do you know who the director of athletics is at John Abbott?
Who is it?
The guy that's won the most games ever in a Bishop's uniform.
Really?
Yes. Another Gator great, Patrice Lemieux.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
As
no male Gator athlete has won more games than Patrice Lemieux.
Finishing over Mercier, a tough look there for Azzi. As John Abbott will come back the other way here with King. King and moving the ball out to Rahill. Trying to go up top to Mercier, bats it up to himself and finishes at the rim as Mercier.
I don't know if you want to front Owen Mercier. You know what? At some point, you got to play behind him and see if he can score over you with any moves as opposed to just catch it and lay it in. That might be an adjustment we might be able to look at.
As Brebeuf now contesting inside, shot off the mark. Coutu coming up with the rebound.
Of course, I'm not allowed to coach either team, okay?
Nope.
So I can just say stuff, but they don't have to do it. 29 seconds to go. Abbott 16-13 in the first quarter.
Brebeuf looking to inbound the ball here from the baseline. In play, a nice little move there by Desrochers. Using a spin move to his advantage as Theriault comes up court for Abbott. Moving the ball out, Manikoglu. Out to Theriault. Rahill now with possession here for Abbott into the corner. Theriault looking to come up with it for...
I love that action.
The Islanders, and taken in through contact. That'll mark the end of the first quarter. 16-15 in favor of Abbott over Brebeuf. Coach, is this a pace that is going to be sustainable for the rest of the game? Abbott kind of slowing things down as opposed to Brebeuf, who wants to push the pace a little bit more.
Yeah, the way you increase your pace is with your defensive point of pickup. What that means is you want the game to be faster, you got to try to cover more of the real estate of the court. So you got to pick up full, you got to deny. Sometimes you got to run another defender at the ball. You can trap. You could do different things so that you get the other team out of their rhythm. Right now, the rhythm belongs to John Abbott because you see what they're doing. They're playing, they're very comfortable in the quarter court. They're using ball movement, they're using player movement. Everybody's touching the ball. There's not a lot of dribbling going on. That is frustrating for Brebeuf. It is hard to play against something like that. It is easier when one guy is dribbling the ball and four guys are standing, you can set your defense. But when you have a lot of ball movement and player movement and there's a lot of displacement going on, that's where defensive breakdowns occur. And I mean, Abbott's done a good job, 16 points, for the quarter, but holding Brebeuf to 15. That tells you everything about the pace of this game.
As for Brebeuf, how do you see them starting to generate a little bit more offense? You mentioned Abbott did a phenomenal job holding them to 15. Brebeuf wanting to play a little bit faster. What do they got to do?
Well, yeah, they're the ones that have to pick up full court. They're the ones that have to get this pace going and take some chances. Why should they take chances? Because they got more players. They have more depth. They've got more firepower. They're the team that's 14-2. You know, they can't kind of see. There's no pressure on John Abbott right now. John Abbott can kind of say, hey, we're in this game. We got this and all that. And Brebeuf is like wondering, how come we're behind? So they've got to take some chances defensively to try to get this game to their pace.
As Brebeuf will inbound the ball here from the sideline with Julius Ferguson looking to kick things off in the second quarter of action.
Now, you told me that Julius Ferguson is a very religious type player.
Oh yeah, he's got some bounce on him.
He can
Watching
get
him
up.
warm up, we might see some highlights today.
All right.
If he gets the ball on a fast break, he can get up there. Driving inside as he kicks it out to Ferguson. Gauthier now one more pass, cutting inside, and a nice little hook shot, but couldn't finish. As Abbott came up on the defensive board, it was poked out of bounds by Brébeuf. Best bringing the ball back up court here for the Islanders. Manikoglu with possession here for John Abbott. Through contact there, fouled before. So on the floor, the foul was. Ray Hill coming up to inbound the ball. As the starting five back out on the court here for John Abbott. Ray Hill inbounds it to Best. Best driving down the lane, trying to finish as Gauthier gets his hands in on it. Theriault tries bouncing it off of a Brébeuf player, unable to do so. Coming back down the lane, Azzi kicks it over towards Gauthier. One more will find Azzi into the corner now. Out of bounds on the shot. It was good, but the call made before as Desrochers will head back to the bench. Coming on is Pierre-Louis. John Abbott bringing the ball back up court with Theriault. Ray Hill back off to Theriault. King now getting his hands on the ball. Mercier with possession at the top of the key. He'll hand the ball off to Best. Best up to Mercier as he's triple teamed. Theriault's three-point shot is off the mark. Loose ball scooped up by Brébeuf. Pushing the pace back up court is Brébeuf. And a huge contact as...
And guess who took the charge? Félix Theriault. That's what he does. That's what he brings to his team.
That was a big collision, too. That was a big one.
Yeah.
Theriault now inbounds the ball to Best. He'll bring the ball up court here for John Abbott. In the front court, Owen Mercier with possession. Out to Best. Screened by Mercier. Ray Hill now a three-point shot off the mark. Loose ball. King trying to come up with it. Couldn't do so. Pierre-Louis back with possession here as driving down the lane into the corner. Ferguson three-point shot doesn't fall, and the offensive board can't finish at the rim. It was Lelièvre.
Alexandre Lelièvre is from Trois-Rivières, 6'8", great size, great potential for the next level.
As he's at the line, set to shoot two. Puts it up and gets it to go.
Nice touch. Long wingspan, good-looking player.
Trying to go 2 for 2 for his trip at the line. And does so, 2 for 2 for the big man. As he kicks scoring off here in the second quarter of action.
Brebeuf's got the lead, 17-16.
Ray Hill now moving the ball in towards Noah. King's pass cut there, and a turnover leads to Brebeuf coming back the other way. Pierre-Louis puts it up and gets it to fall. And one opportunity coming up here for Brebeuf.
And Coach King sees that the momentum is shifted. Wisely motions for a timeout. Timeout, John Abbott.
And a timeout now, and a little confusion on who the foul was on. as it was deemed that the foul was up against Miles King. Not someone you want your foul to be called up against, your leading scorer.
And that's his second. David is sporting a towel on his shoulder like John Thompson used to do for Georgetown. I don't know if anybody here even knows who John Thompson is. But
I don't.
And you don't?
I don't.
He was the great Georgetown coach,
Oh,
Patrick Ewing. You ever hear of Patrick Ewing?
I do know Patrick Ewing.
You know Patrick Ewing?
Yep.
Well, then that's John Thompson. And John Thompson was 6'10". He was a big man, over 300 pounds. And David's still scowling while his assistant is right. And this bit of a, you know, I don't really approve here, okay? Spend your time with your players. Don't be so involved with the referees. And David gets a little carried away sometimes, but that's his style. That's what works for him. He's not me and I'm not him. So, although I love the way his team plays on offense, they play like the way I used to go. They run a lot of stuff, okay? There's screens, there's cuts, little misdirection. David can't get involved with the referees, though. He's got to coach his team.
As off on the free throw, coming up with possession is Brébeuf on the offensive board. Three-point shot off the mark by Alana, and a foul yet again against John Abbott.
See, what you see is right now, Brébeuf is making a great stand on the offensive boards. They're really attacking the glass. And yeah, you need the big guy in the middle to plug that.
Manikoglu coming back out on the court for King, as Owen Mercier making his way back out as well for John Abbott. Brébeuf going on a little run to start the quarter. 4-0 run, as unsuccessful there was Gauthier on the fadeaway mid-range.
19-16, Abbott looking to get on track offensively in this quarter.
Ray Hill with possession here for Abbott, off to Manikoglu. Manikoglu in towards Mercier, pass unsuccessful. Cut there by Best. Best just couldn't quite.
That's a drought. You know, they haven't scored in 5 minutes, Abbott. And they're still in the game. You know, it's still 19-16, so this may not be pretty, okay?
As Edouard Gauthier comes up to inbound the ball here for Brébeuf. Azzi with possession now, as he moves the ball over to Pierre-Louis. Back up top is Azzi, driving down the lane. Azzi trying to finish at the rim, able to do so.
Breakdown. Okay.
John Abbott now playing from behind. A 5-point game. Manikoglu in towards Mercier. Handoff for Singh. Mercier trying to find Best, another turnover.
Sorts. They're giving up shots like they should be taking. And Brébeuf is, you know, smelling it. This is ours. They're all fired up on their bench.
As John Abbott brings the ball back up the other way. Manikoglu towards Mercier. Mercier picking up his dribble, will try to hand the ball off to Best. Taken down is the big man. 3-on-1, Azzi will finish with the left.
And, you know, Miles King is on the bench. That's the offense is on the bench. And, yeah, he's got to come back on, stay away from foul trouble. And
Mercier rising up, but trying to come down with the ball, and fouled on the floor was Owen Mercier. So
Owen
it's still...
Mercier attracts a lot of help defense.
As King will come back out for Ray Hill. 3-3, the team fouls. King set to inbound the ball.
10-0 run for Brébeuf. I mean, it's... Again, you know, you can't fight the referees. You've got to, like, focus on your team. There's a couple of kids not shooting the ball when they should have shot the ball. The passes are softer. Hey, you got to be in confidence mode
As Manikoglu attracts a double team, coming back up court now. Pierre-Louis with possession for Brébeuf. Looking to finish at the rim, can't do so. A nice defensive stand by Sajing Singh. Best kicking out to King. Singh at the top of the key will loose ball coming all the way down, and
the intensity level by Brébeuf has been multiplied like 3 times, you know?
And it looks like a tech was assigned to John Abbott. And it was a tech assigned to number 4, Ukai Best.
Yeah, I mean, he was emotional there, and you know, you've got to know when to take something like that. You can't just, your team has been in a drought, you don't want to make it worse. But,
and it was a foul called up against Brébeuf too. It was Brébeuf who took the foul. And then the tech, so heading to the line is Edouard Gauthier. Gauthier at the line on the technical free throw, will get it to go. And head to the bench. Coming back out for him is Maël Coutu. Thériault checking in for Owen Mercier here for John Abbott. Looking to stop the bleeding. It was a 16-0 run now. As the refs will discuss here. And switch things up. So yeah, it was a foul up against Brébeuf, so it will be John Abbott possession, inbounding the ball from the sideline. Miles King.
Yeah, it was a foul. It was a foul on Brébeuf, and then the technical was given to John Abbott. So you shoot the technical first, and then you administer the play.
As Best brings the ball up the court here for John Abbott. He'll find Singh. Thériault with possession, trying to go through Coutu's legs and out of bounds off of Abbott.
This is when you kind of feel helpless as a coach, when you see it all slipping away from you, when you've had a good game plan and it's been successful, but it's so hard to sustain something like that for 40 minutes. And then, you know, you can have the best plan, but sometimes a couple minutes into the game, you throw that plan behind your back because somebody got in foul trouble, somebody got injured, something changed, you know, it's...
Is Abbott now bringing the ball back up court. King's three-point shot off the mark, it looked good. Coming back the other way now is Azzi for Brébeuf. Giorgio Azzi trying to kick this one out. He'll find Coutu. Coutu will drive in, a kick to the corner. Brébeuf continuing to distribute. Step back, a long range shot. Best will come up on a defensive rebound. Best over towards King, looking inside to Thériault. Back out to King. King regains possession, driving the baseline. Will find Thériault, who will finish at the rim at their first points of the quarter.
3:50 to go in the, I mean, it looked like they were going to shut them out.
So Abbott back on the board here in the second quarter of action.
And now, you know, both teams are going to be shooting bonus. So if you're the coach on both teams, you say, okay, we're attacking, make them play us. And let's try to draw some fouls and let's get some free ones, you know, at the line. Or if they're playing you without too much help, take it all the way to the rack.
Take it to the hoop. And it's got to feel good, though, getting back on the board for John Abbott. You think that kind of sparks something for them?
Yeah, it has to. It has to, because this is not league. This is playoffs. This is lose, go home, winner, stay. And, you know, so there's got to be some kind of a desperation in your play when you come to the playoffs. It's all or nothing.
As both teams will come back out of the timeout. An 8-point game as Brébeuf will inbound the ball from their own baseline with Coutu.
I mean, we don't have the stats with us, so I don't know, like, you know, Miles King is back on the bench, 349, because I guess they don't want to lose him. And you don't have Owen Mercier there, so you got, you know, two guys that are huge pieces. You know, you've got 30 points on the bench.
As up, Azzi will move the ball over towards Lelièvre. Handoff will find Alana. Alana driving inside. Kick out up top, Pierre-Louis over towards Azzi. Giorgio Azzi now looking to drive in. Step back, kick out, Coutu, three-point attempt off the mark, rebounded by the Islanders. Best back the other way now for Abbott. Over towards Singh, he'll find Theriault. A long two, his foot was on the line, still off the mark, however, by Manikoglu. As Azzi works it down low to Pierre-Louis. One-on-one up against Manikoglu. Turn around, blocked on the shot, but fouled.
I think they're calling number 7 for the foul from behind. Yes, yeah.
Islanders foul number 7, Manikoglu.
His first personal foul. The 5th team foul, so in the bonus will be Jean-de-Brébeuf. As Pierre-Louis gets it to go at the line. Trying to go 2 for 2. Puts it up, and able to do so is Isaac Pierre-Louis.
They look like they're better free throw shooters than the guys in university, huh?
I think so.
Is that ouch? Yeah, is that an ouch?
That's an ouch.
Okay.
It's truthful, though.
Yeah.
Truth hurts sometimes. As Manikoglu kicks this one out. Singh puts it up, and a 3-ball off the mark. The smallest guy on the court comes up with the offensive rebound. Best using the screen. 3-point shot of his own doesn't fall.
Ugh.
As it's poked, Manikoglu looking to come back the other way. Over to Theriault and a double dribble. An unfortunate event there for the Islanders. As Brébeuf inbounds the ball, this time a foul called up against Theriault. And so Azzi will go to the line.
Yeah, so you're putting somebody on the line. You just don't want to do that.
As Azzi comes up to take the free throw. Trying to go 1 for 1 and unable to do so. Looking to go 50% now. Giorgio Azzi. Doesn't get the second to go either, so 0 for 2.
What was I saying about free throws?
Hey, I think you might have jinxed them.
Those university guys can really shoot them, huh? They go 1 for 2.
They do, they do.
0 for 2. We're 50% better. You and I are such experts when we're sitting there and we're looking at these guys. And
then if we're on the court.
If we're on the court, it's not, well, first of all, neither of us could draw a foul. Okay?
No.
I mean, there's no way. You know, I just didn't have the quicks, and you don't have the size to get in there and get fouled.
At all, exactly.
So they gotta throw people at us for us to get to the free throw line. Maybe we can shoot the technicals. We can make those.
We can make the techs. Yeah. I'd be more of a glue guy on a basketball team.
Yeah.
A locker room guy. Owen Mercier rises up and can't come down with that one as Brébeuf looks to come back down court. Isaac Pierre-Louis exchanging with Alana.
13-2 Brébeuf this quarter.
Alana's three-point shot on the mark.
That looked very pure.
Make that 16-2. As Abbott looks to come back down the other way with Best. Best into the corner. Ray Hill will find Mercier, and a foul up against Mercier.
First personal foul. Checking in for the Islanders, number 23, Felix Telly.
They're not allowing the substitution because the referees are claiming they didn't get there fast enough in time. They're being sticklers on that one.
As Brebeuf now in the offensive front. As he driving down the lane, off the glass and gets it to go. A tough look finishing over the big man for the Islanders.
Has you know, regained their poise and played their game where everything's gone south for John Abbott.
King up towards Best, driving inside. Best, kick out, one more. No, he fakes the pass. King now, mid-range shot off the mark as he comes down with the defensive rebound. Looking to bring the ball back up court here for Brebeuf. As he moves it over to Desrochers and regains it. Desrochers in the corner, driving the baseline. Trying to pass it to Coutu, out of bounds was Desrochers. And so King will come to the baseline, looking to inbound the ball here for Abbott.
38 seconds to go.
Best bringing the ball up the court. The Islanders only 2 points in this quarter as a three-point shot is off the mark for Abbott.
It's not what you want.
Brebeuf back the other way.
If you're Abbott.
3 seconds separating the shot and game clock. Desrochers kick out, trying to find Alana, unsuccessful on the pass.
Let's see if Abbott can get their 4th point of the quarter in the last possession.
As Manikoglu will inbound the ball to Best. Best coming up court. Thériault with possession. Driving in, mid-range shot off the mark. So 33-18 will mark the end of the first half of play between Jean-de-Brébeuf and the John Abbott Islanders. Catch you guys at the start of the second. from the corner. The three ball off the mark and a foul will be called on the ground. Very And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Denver Gym here in Lennoxville, Quebec, as we have our second quarterfinal action here on the men's side of the RSEQ Cégep Provincials between the Jean-de-Brébeuf and the John Abbott Islanders. Brébeuf and Abbott had a close one in the first quarter, and then Brébeuf kind of took over and showed why they are 14-2 in the regular season. As they're driving down the lane, a floater there by Gauthier, and gets that one to fall.
It is all about attitude right now for John Abbott. Brébeuf has got the right attitude. They are taking the play to them. They're playing like a first-place team supposed to play, and Abbott's got a really, they got a high hill to climb.
As Best moves it over to Thériault. Pump fake, driving inside. Thériault trying to finish at the rim, can't do so. Regaining possession here is Brébeuf as they come the other way. As he moving it down to Pierre-Louis. Goes up and under, gets it to fall for two. Isaac Pierre-Louis here for Brébeuf. Thériault back down the court, moves it out towards Rayhill. Back off to Thériault. Kings, a three-point shot off the mark for Abbott. As Abbott's offense still struggling to get anything going. A two-point quarter in the second.
And when that happens, people feel that they have to do it by themselves as opposed to, you know, the trust factor leaves you. Trust in your teammates.
Three-point shot off the mark, and now a foul will be called up against King.
And he's got to come off, and that's more bad news for the Islanders.
Number 5, Miles King, his third, team's first.
And this is where a change of defense comes in handy, where you can hide your player in a zone if you want to go that way.
Brébeuf inbounding the ball here.
And it wouldn't be such a bad idea, would it?
It would not.
No.
As Mercier rises up and not letting the ball go over him. Best coming back up court here, loses possession. Knocked out of bounds off of Brébeuf.
You know, people go, oh no, you know, we can't play against zone against them because they got shooters. That's not how a zone is attacked with just shooters, you know.
Best inbounds the ball. Driving inside, trying to go up and finish it at the rim there. A good finish by Manikoglu. Back the other way, Pierre-Louis will exchange buckets on the layup.
You don't want to, you can have a layup scored against you after you score a layup. Like, get back and build your defense.
Manikoglu back with possession here for the Islanders. Stepping back from beyond the arc, Manikoglu loses possession. Handoff will find Thériault, driving inside, goes up and can't finish at the rim. There's Thériault. Back the other way comes Azzi, pushing the pace for Brébeuf. Trying to find Pierre-Louis cutting in as Mercier with possession here for John Abbott. Abbott coming back the other way. Best will look to move it. Ray Hill back up to Thériault. Pump fake will find Manikoglu. Three-point shot doesn't fall for Abbott. As Brébeuf comes back up court, Manikoglu gets his hands in. Coming up, Manikoglu will not be able to finish. Blocked there at the rim, and Best comes up and finishes. Julius Ferguson rose up and blocked Manikoglu. Gauthier will bring the ball back the other way for Brébeuf. He'll regain possession. A mid-range shot on the mark.
And that's his fourth point. You know, they've held him in check. They've been their own worst enemy. And Brébeuf is, you know, the cream rises to the top, right?
Thériault handoff will find Best, looking inside towards Mercier. Gauthier comes up with it. Coming back the other way, Edouard Gauthier. Out towards Ferguson. Azzi now looking down to Lelièvre. Lelièvre up against Mercier, will finish over top of him. And a timeout called.
C'est tout Brébeuf.
Yep.
Timeout.
As John Abbott calls a timeout.
But you know, I look at Owen Mercier out there, and I mean he's a diamond, right? I mean he's not a polished player, and I think about him having the opportunity to work with Ron Crevier, who's a 7-foot center who's played professionally, played a little bit in the NBA, you know, drafted by the Bulls, played in Spain, played in France, played for Team Canada. I mean, so to have a 7-footer tutor a 7-footer is...
it's going to be something special.
It's going to be, yeah, I think it could turn out very, very nice. And
he's going to be going to practice with Etienne Gagnon, still here. Charles Robert has the possibility of returning for Bishops. Two guys who were named to the All-Star first team in the RSEQ, the Defensive Player of the Year and the MVP of the year.
Well, you know, so... yeah, he's got a lot of opportunity to grow as a player.
Yep.
And as do the other guys. You know, the guys from Brébeuf are not 7 feet, but they're good players in their own right, and I'm sure they're being highly recruited, and they could help any program in the country, but I hope that many of them would stay in the RSEQ.
The Q is special nowadays.
Yep,
as
good
Ray
athletes.
Hill goes up, Mercier can't finish. Mercier regains his own rebound. Trying to go out to Thériault. Best now with possession. Best mid-range shot, finishes that one. Azzi bringing the ball back the other way for Brébeuf.
David King is imploring Owen Mercier to bend his legs and to go up strong. That's something I would probably say too.
Alana off the mark on that one. Mercier bats away at the ball. Alana regaining possession over towards Pierre-Louis. Mid-range shot gets to go for Brébeuf. Both teams exchanging baskets.
You know what Brébeuf is really good at? They're really good at the mid-range shot. they take them and they make them with consistency.
As Best goes over to Rayhill, Thériault now with possession here for Abbott. Back off to Best. Best out to Thériault. Thériault's three is off the mark. Scooped up here by Brébeuf. Looking to come back up court here. Brébeuf with possession. Pierre-Louis handoff will find Azzi. Back over towards Pierre-Louis. He'll send up a three, can't get it to fall. Best comes up on the rebound. 21-point game in favor of Brébeuf. Best drives in, kick out. Thériault now a mid-range shot. Gets it to go. I think I've seen more mid-range shots in this game alone than the entire season and in the university level. As Azzi will come up with it for Brébeuf. Lelièvre with possession, leaving it for Azzi. Off to Lelièvre, over top of Mercier, can't finish. Back the other way come the Islanders. As Best going towards his left, trying to drive in, looking to kick it up to Rayhill. Rayhill inside will find Mercier. And a foul there for Lelièvre. As John Abbott going to their bench here. King also making his way back into the game for Abbott in foul trouble. King inbounding the ball for the Islanders. Over towards Manikoglu. Back off to King. A three-point shot. Gets it to fall.
What a quick release. That him and Tiernan would have a contest, Tiernan McDougall, who can release it quicker.
As Gauthier goes over towards Alana, back off to Gauthier. Gauthier stepping back, doubled, back over towards Alana. Stolen by the Islanders as they've got some juice coming up here. Thériault with possession in the forecourt. Over to King. King will send up another three. Doesn't fall for him. Manikoglu on the offensive board. Over to Singh, who dunks it for John Abbott. And a timeout called for Brébeuf.
45-31 with 3:24 to go, and the Islanders got some life. Good to see, because that makes this game a little bit more competitive. Brébeuf's got to just get back to playing like they were, and that's what, you know, that happens because human nature takes over. You know, you kind of you let up. Yeah, and it's so hard to be at 100% intensity, you know, for the whole time, for every single second. Because guys score, they look at the scoreboard. You can't look at the scoreboard. You've got to look at the next possession. It is, you got to really make that micro game, you know, like it's possession by possession. And with your depth, I mean, obviously, Brébeuf has very nice depth. You know, they play quite a few guys. I think they've got a good 8 to 9 rotation, and that's why they're 14-2 and ranked highly in the national rankings.
As coming back out of the timeout here, Brébeuf inbounding the ball. Coming up court is Desrochers. Over towards Coutu. He'll give it over to Ferguson. Pierre-Louis now with possession here for Brébeuf. Coming up court, Pierre-Louis kicking it to the corner. Desrochers pump faking on the shot. A little chaos on the defensive end, but it works for Abbott. As King will bring the ball up the court for the Islanders. Coming out of the corner is Steinle. Thériault trying to finish at the rim. They can't do so. Loose ball scooped up by Desrochers. Coming back the other way for Brébeuf. Desrochers kicking it back to Ferguson, who will go up. No foul either way as a 4-on-3 comes back the other way. King into Singh. Singh will go up and finish it, and a charge
No, that was a block and a foul. So we've got
good for
the
2.
old-fashioned 3-point, and look at this, 12 points.
So a 12-point game here between the Islanders and Brébeuf. Abbott, who only had 2 points in the second quarter.
Well, they got 15 this quarter.
It's quick math. It's quick math.
Well, I'm sitting, you see, I'm getting your vibe.
Okay.
I'm sitting next to the math guy. So,
Okay.
yeah.
As Ferguson now will inbound the ball here for Brébeuf, over towards Azzi. Azzi bringing the ball up the court. Going over to Coutu. Now Ferguson with possession. Pierre-Louis at the top of the key. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Pierre-Louis driving inside, stepping back, dancing around. Will finish at the rim. It's Isaac Pierre-Louis.
Breaks the drought, 47-34 for Brébeuf. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Thériault for the Islanders, over to King, and a foul up against Singh.
Players get involved in these little personal battles inside, and they don't understand, like, it's not gonna help. You know, it's not gonna help. Stay away from it. That's what mental toughness and discipline is all about.
Ferguson up against the Thériault. Moving it out to Azzi. Driving down the lane, we'll move it to Coutu. Coutu, pump fake, goes up, and gets that one stolen. Back up court comes King, over to Thériault. Under a minute and a half left here in the third quarter. King with possession, a 3-point shot off the mark as Singh bats it back to Thériault.
That was a travel. The style of play is a lot more like the international game. You know, just what both teams are trying to do. And that surprised me because, you know, I've had this stereotypical idea that in CJEP, because the kids come right from AAU, that it's an extension of AAU ball. It's anything but what I've seen here. And that makes me feel good to know that that's how kids are playing. But you got to knock a lot of that bad habits out of their games first. And that takes a while. It takes more than 1 season.
As Brébeuf with possession, Ferguson driving inside, going up and can't finish at the rim. Lelièvre trying to come up with and go up. He'll go to Azzi. Pierre-Louis gets the ball batted there by Thériault. Under 10 left on the shot clock. Ferguson will come to inbound the ball here for Brébeuf. Over to Azzi. Azzi drives in and can't finish with the left. Ferguson moves it over to Best. Coming back down the lane, Best into the corner. Manikoglu off the mark on the 3. Poked out of bounds by John Abbott.
It was a great penetration by Best, coming down and then finding a good look, and that's good offense. 32.4 seconds to go, 13-point lead. Abbott's come to life. Brébeuf is trying to close the door.
Bringing their star player back out on the court. As Edouard Gauthier is back out here for Brébeuf. Azzi coming up court for Jean-de-Brébeuf. Azzi with possession. Kicking it back out, we'll find Pierre-Louis. One-on-one against Thériault. Pierre-Louis inside, finds Lelièvre, and fouled on the shot. There's Lelièvre.
You know, Leighton, I don't want to correct you, but like, nobody says Jean-de-Brébeuf, all right?
It's because they don't have a mascot.
No, they just say Brébeuf.
They say Brébeuf?
Yes, they say Brébeuf. They don't say Jean-de-Brébeuf. Okay, that takes too long, okay? And everybody knows. Everybody knows it's Brébeuf.
It's Brébeuf.
Mais oui.
Home of former Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau from Brébeuf.
And his father,
Yeah.
Pierre Elliott Trudeau,
Yeah.
before that time. Yeah. And many other, you know, Lucien Bouchard, his kids went to Brébeuf as well.
Just a historical school.
And I coached 2 players at McGill. One who's going to be staying at my house this weekend, Sylvain Castonguay. He played for me at McGill. He was the leading scorer in the league when he was at Brébeuf, when it was a double A league, which
Awesome.
means Division II. Yeah. Good
Nice.
shot by Best. Not good enough. And we end the quarter 49-34, 15-point deficit. Better for Abbott. Brébeuf on the way up. Listen, if they win the championship, we'll call them Jean-de-Brébeuf, all right?
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
All right. Okay.
So going into the fourth quarter of action, what does Abbott need to do to try to climb their way back into it
Stay
now?
out of foul trouble. Stay out of foul trouble. Keep their best players on the floor so that they could give the best version of themselves against, you know, Brébeuf. And Brébeuf is just doing it as a team. Okay, they're not relying. They have the leading scorer in the league, but they're not relying on him. They're relying on everybody else. And yeah, so.
As a couple Gators players walking by us.
Coming right by us, and Eve sporting the do.
Yep.
Got some serious hairstyles.
They
going
do,
with the
they do.
with the Gators.
It's great to see.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you mentioned, Brébeuf doing it without Gauthier really going off for them this game. And he's kind of been on minute restriction as well, it seems like.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what, it's hard to tell. We don't have the stats either, so we don't know what the minutes are in actuality, but
as a 15-point game here in the second semifinals of action. Up next, we got a women's game going on. You're going to still be on the mic.
I'll be on the mic for that one.
Yeah.
And
I'm going to be joining the Bishop's women's team at practice.
at practice, okay.
Yeah.
In your other role as manager of the team.
Manager of the team.
That's great. You know, my managers were so special to me, and they were so important. And I made sure that everybody understood that. And I loved my guys. I loved the guys, and you know, I treated them like they were players. And good memories. I've been blessed.
Back in the day.
I've been really blessed to be able to do what I did for a living for so many years. And good seasons, bad seasons, it's all about one thing, the people.
It is. As back out on the court, starting the fourth quarter off, Steenley with possession. Manikoglu back over. Best now for the Islanders. Will throw an ill-advised pass.
And got away with it and drew a foul.
Because of the hustle of Thériault.
Thériault, you know, I mean, he's got the look, right? He's got the black leggings, stockings. He's got the beard. And I told Ryan Thorne, I said, you know, one beard on the team, right? He says, Ryan looked at me, he says, I'll shave. Yeah.
I like that. Obviously, if you weren't listening in earlier in the broadcast, Thériault a commit to the McGill. What's going on? Oh, they're just brushing down the court to McGill. McGill has struggled a little bit at the university level, so he's going to be a good acquisition for them. Bring the energy in his first season.
Yes, yeah, you need a guy like that on your team without question.
As Best coming up, trying to drive in, stepping back, mid-range shot. Best, he gets it to fall. A nice look there.
When he's under control, you know, he's a nice player. When he, like, on balance and good. You've got to take what the game gives you, what the defense is giving you.
Number 12, Noah Spencer Steiner.
As a foul up against Noah Spencer Steinley for Abbott. First team foul. Brébeuf back up court with possession. A 13-point game. Pierre-Louis attacking inside. And a foul yet again up against Stanley.
Off the ball. They're being baited. The players are being baited. 49-36. And Miles King has got some discomfort injury-wise with his leg. Lower body injury.
Lower body.
Yeah, lower body. You can't say leg anymore. There's a whole lot of things you can't say. Leighton, I wouldn't last. I'm telling you. I would not last.
As Pierre-Louis goes into Lelièvre. Turning around and finishing there. Lelièvre gets it to go, and a foul again.
Like, why? Why? You know, like, it's...
Islanders foul number 3, Kareem Rahil. First personal foul, team's third.
That's 3 straight fouls in 52 seconds of basketball for a team trying to come back into the game.
Not good.
Pierre-Louis with possession. Driving in, Desrochers out to Pierre-Louis. Step back, mid-range shot. Pierre-Louis can't finish. As he jumps up, doesn't get it to go, as King can't reel that one in for Abbott. So Brébeuf continuing their offensive pressure. As he moves it in, a block there by Thériault. Thériault trying to come up, back over towards King. King will move it over. It's Thériault with possession, and a foul now up against Brébeuf. So both teams exchanging fouls in the offensive end.
You know, to Brébeuf's credit, it's hard for me to focus and to say who their best guys are, because they have a lot of players the same kind of talent level, and they all contribute. They all do a nice job.
As Desrochers looking to kick this one out, we'll find Gauthier. A 3-point shot there by Gauthier off the mark. King coming back up with possession. King moves it over to Manikoglu. Inside, finding Mercier, who can't reel that one in.
The plays are good, the execution is not.
Gauthier back up in the offensive front. He'll regain possession of the ball, driving in, floater off the mark, and a foul up against Gauthier.
Yeah, trying to force the issue. You know, sometimes when a good player hasn't scored enough, they say, okay, well, I got to get myself going, and they'll do more than what they should, and that was an example right there. But I mean, he's got an impressive future, and I tell you, I really like Thériault. Thériault is a hard-nosed player and my kind of guy. He's a great asset for anybody.
As King moves it over to Singh. Singh and King exchange yet again. Can't finish at the rim. Coming down with it is Pierre-Louis.
Singh couldn't make King sing.
He couldn't. Pierre-Louis attacks inside. Tries to go off the glass and fouled on the shot.
You know, there's been some very, very good players from Brébeuf go.
You almost said it.
Yeah, I know. To Ontario and to play in the OUA. And I mean, that's okay. I mean, you want to go. But I tell you, you don't have to. You know, the teams in Quebec are solid. There's athleticism. There's... you know, I think you've got, you know what, you play in Quebec, you've got a 20% chance before the season begins to go to the national championship.
We do. And look, the defending national champs are from Quebec.
Yeah. Who are out right now. They're on vacation.
They're golfing.
They're going fishing.
Yep. Fishing for some gators. Maybe they'll find them this time. As Brébeuf with possession. Ferguson trying to drive in. Out to Desrochers. And fouled again. So now in the bonus with 7:20 left in the fourth quarter, already in the bonus.
Second personal foul, team on bonus.
As Desrochers at the line shooting 2. Can't get the first to go.
I mean, Brebeuf, you look at their roster, and they've got guys coming from all parts of Quebec, and that just shows you the scope of their recruitment, their attractiveness to people, and everybody knows they've got a really top-notch basketball program and a great school.
Up and good from downtown. This Manikoglu for Abbott. As now Brebeuf back the other way. Trying to drive in, can't finish there. A substitution as Thériault comes back out onto the court, and just looking down at where Felix Thériault's from, Greenfield Park, so he's a South Shore guy.
Yeah.
He's from my neck of the woods.
Your neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Is the movie theater still there in Greenfield Park?
It just closed.
It just closed.
Just closed down. Guzzo is done.
Guzzo.
It was, yeah. GPK. As Manikoglu stepping back over to King. King sends up a 3, can't get it to fall.
I think if he held it in his hands just another half second longer, he'd have better accuracy.
Handoff will find Ferguson with possession. Ferguson driving inside, trying to create some contact. He'll move it over to Azzi. Azzi goes up in an open lane layup.
Azzi's got some skills.
Back with possession now, Singh over towards Thériault. 3-point shot, Manikoglu off the glass and banks it in for 3.
And look, it's an 11-point game. There's no reason that Abbott should be in this game right now, but they still are.
Contact between Best and Gauthier.
And then, then shoot yourself in the foot. Come back and shoot yourself in the foot.
There's foul number 4, Ukiah Best, for personal foul. Correction, third.
You've heard my definition of discipline.
What is that again?
Discipline is doing what you're supposed to do, doing what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, okay? Do it to the best of your ability, do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it to the best of your ability, and do it that way all the time. That's discipline.
No shifts off.
No.
2 for 2 there is Edouard Gauthier as Best. They'll bring the ball back up court for the Islanders. Singh with possession here for Abbott. Driving in towards his left. Singh, a kick out will find Manikoglu. A 3-point shot off the mark on that one. Oh my Lord.
That's frustration. That's frustration. That's too bad that happens. The referee's got to sort this out. They got to talk it over amongst themselves to see what happened, how they're going to deal with the fouls. Okay.
Saw the coaches having a little discussion as well.
And there's, David's trying to stare the referees down. That's not going to help. Don't make it worse.
As we'll see what's called here, 5:34 left in the fourth.
Because obviously, look, it's easy to miss something, okay? It's easy for a ref to miss maybe what instigated it and why one player does something to the other, and then it becomes a retaliatory thing, but
we'll see what the refs have, as looks like their meeting's gonna come to an end.
it's about getting it right It's about getting it right. This takes away from the game, and it takes away the momentum completely. And you know, like, come on, just play and play and find joy in playing and competing and doing your best. You know. It's too bad the referees can't be mic'd up. So
yeah, that'd be awesome.
Huh?
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, there's two unsportsmanlike, and then there's a technical foul. So we have.
Islanders foul number 23, Félix Thériault, third personal foul. Dynamique faute, anti-sportive, numéro 21, Julius Ferguson. Troisième faute personnelle, quatrième faute d'équipe. 28 minutes, des dynamiques. Technical foul assessed to the dynamic bench.
And so
after all that, we got a missed free throw by one of the best shooters in the league.
Yeah. Free throws are tough, man.
Oh, they're really
tough. As Best will look to inbound the ball here for the Islanders.
You can't do the Euro step when you're shooting a free throw.
Exactly.
That's what really makes it difficult.
Best in towards Singh and off the mark on the pass. As the ladies are looking to kick off their action after this, will be Cégep de Trois-Rivières up against Champlain de Lennoxville. It's going to be a good matchup. Yeah. As Azzy looking to move this one over towards Alana in the corner, back up to Azzy. Azzy kicks it up to Gauthier. Gauthier pump fake, sends up a three, follows his shot. Unsuccessful, coming back the other way. Finishing at the rim, good for two is Manikoglu. Azzy with possession here for Brébeuf as he comes in, and they'll exchange layups yet again. So the score keeps fluctuating between 11 and 13 points.
First one to 60 wins.
Manikoglu up towards Thériault. Driving inside. Thériault off the glass and finishes that one. I don't know if they got that one right.
Well, I think that was a result of what happened before. That was a result of happened before, and he did give him a bump that was probably unnecessary, and that's why he got the technical. If nothing happened to play before, they may have let that go, but I think they were concerned that this might get carried away. Oh, he's out.
That's his first technical, though.
But if you have an anti-sportif and a technical equals out, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. It's a technical plus an anti-sportif. You're out of the game.
So Thériault,
4-19, your team down 13. You know, yeah, that's unfortunate. That's too bad because he's one heck of a competitor. That's a tough way to end your CJIP career. He's got a good future.
As Edouard Gauthier at the line. Gets it to go on the technical.
And, you know, I mean, he's scored and he's emotional, right? So they were coming back, so he gives them a little bump, and it's just emotion.
As Brebeuf looks to bring the ball back up court here, 4:15 left in the game. Gauthier with possession for Brebeuf. A 12-point game. Pierre-Louis driving inside, will not be able to finish with his left. Singh over towards Best. Best now to Manikoglu. He'll regain possession. Go up and doesn't get it to fall. Fouled on the shot, however, so he'll head to the line for two. So in the bonus now is John Abbott as Noah Manikoglu heads to the line. We'll get it to go. Looking to go 2 for 2 here. And does so. Inbounding the ball is Pierre-Louis as Gauthier comes up with possession. As he bringing the ball up court for Brebeuf.
I was just corrected. Sylvain Castonguay didn't lead the AA league, and so it was the AAA league. So
okay.
The hell, it's like, you know, it's like when I was the assistant coach with Team Junior Canada, right? When Steve Nash was in our program, and I told him that he dribbled through his legs too much, you know? But I also told him that he didn't play any defense, so I was 50% right.
Steenley over towards Singh. Singh will catch Best in stride. Best rises up, mid-range shot, doesn't fall. Loose ball, tied up, and it will be Brebeuf possession. Miles King is in obvious discomfort.
Yeah.
Fouled on the shot, as he will be heading to the line here for Brebeuf.
As he's done a great job for Brebeuf this afternoon, or late morning, early afternoon. Very good.
Gets it to go there is Azzi. Attempted to go 2 for 2 at the line. Able to do so is Azzi, who goes 2 for 2 for Brebeuf. An 11-point game. Best driving in with the left, does not get the roll to go his way as Azzi will bring the ball back the other way for Brebeuf now. Pierre-Louis is fouled on the shot.
Number 7, Noah Manikoglu, his third.
Manikoglu picks up his third foul. At the line, Isaac Pierre-Louis. Gets it to fall. 61-48. Trying to go 2 for 2 here is Pierre-Louis. He does so as Pierre-Louis at the line. Miles King now inbounding the ball here for Abbott as he'll find Best. Best coming up court. Dancing around, Best driving inside, kick out will find Manikoglu, drives in at the rim, can't finish, fouled on his shot as he'll head to the line for 2.
These games have taken a long time though, eh?
It's a lot of fouls.
Fouls, stoppage in play, and like I said, international game. No, it's supposed to be a little bit quicker than that.
Manikoglu taking the free throw, gets it up, and can't find the hoop on that one. He's been great so far today for the Islanders offense. Gets it to go on his second attempt. As Abbott will inbound the ball here as he comes up with possession for Brébeuf. Using the screen, Azzi towards his left. Now Gauthier dancing around, met by Rahill. Into the corner, Azzi, three-point shot off the mark, scooped up by Lelièvre and up. No good at the buzzer. As a foul up against Gauthier. Just going back and forth, exchanging free throws here.
Yeah. What was the halftime deficit? Do you remember?
20.
It was 20?
Almost. It was,
yeah, so Abbott's had a better
just about 20.
second half, but it's...
Abbott had 18 at half, and Brébeuf had 33.
Right.
So it was almost a 20. It was 15. Good is Rahill. As he comes back up court here for Brébeuf. Poked off, Best will come the other way for the Islanders. Best to driving inside, kick out will find Manikoglu. He'll take a dribble, three-point shot on the mark for Manikoglu.
Wow.
As a 9-point game, Abbott inching forwards. Pierre-Louis drives in, loose ball as a bunch of players fall into the floor. Alana inside, Pierre-Louis matched up against Mercier. Inside, Mercier blocking that one, a pass intended for Coutu. Loose ball picked up by the Islanders. King will bring it up court for Abbott. A minute and a half left in today's game as he gets his hands in on that one. Just couldn't squeeze it.
I don't know if he's at 100% because that's a time where you got to try to do it on your own. You know, like you're the best player on your team, you're the top scorer. Don't become a passer in traffic, become maybe a scorer in traffic if you're going to make that decision. So timeout. This is 62-53. So, wow.
9-point game.
Abbott's 35-29 in the second half. And it just didn't appear like that. It appeared that Brébeuf is, you know, the superior team.
Yeah, crazy game.
It is.
That's why we love it.
Yeah.
That's why we love it.
Because the unpredictability of basketball. There's legend coach Jacques Paiement and his wife Jacinthe.
In the house.
How are you, coach?
Mon meilleur annonceur.
Ah, c'est lui. Mais oui.
Merci beaucoup, merci.
Oui.
Merci, merci.
This guy's not bad also.
Oh, he's the best. He's a legend.
He knows a lot of things.
He does.
Okay, oui.
As coming back out here, Abbott with possession. At the set to inbound the ball here, Manikoglu from the baseline. Goes up to Mercier. Mercier with possession, handoff to Manikoglu. Driving down the lane, gets a hand in. Was that Gauthier? 3-point shot, no good. Rising up, loose ball scooped up by Brébeuf. Gauthier coming back the other way up against King. Gauthier under pressure in the corner. A 3-point shot doesn't fall. Mercier comes up with the rebound.
Abbott still has life, but
gonna have to
it's on fumes.
Have a miracle, as Best's shot is off the mark, and Brébeuf will come back the other way.
Yeah, they're in a must-foul situation now. You're down double digits. You don't have a choice. It calls itself.
Islanders foul number 5, Miles King, 4th personal foul.
At the line here, Isaac Pierre-Louis gets it to go. Pierre-Louis trying to go 2 for 2. And that does so. As a sub will come in for the Islanders.
Yeah, it's poor Miles. He's
hurt.
He can't. Doesn't want to risk.
Up court,
Seriously.
John Abbott. Best pass off the mark. And that will do it. 64-53 right now, 41.8 left.
You got the heart and soul of the Abbott team on the bench with King and Tedio.
Pierre-Louis up towards Alana. Alana trying to send this over to Azzi. He does so. Still under pressure. And Steinley will foul Gauthier.
So Leighton, let me congratulate you once again. You've done a great job knowing the names, calling play-by-play effortlessly, flawlessly. You're a credit to Bishop's University, man.
Thank you, thank you. Excited for tomorrow night too. We're gonna be back together.
Yeah.
Back on the mic.
And we're excited about our women in the afternoon at
Laval.
At Laval, you know, playing against a great team.
It's gonna be a matchup, that one. As Gauthier can't get it to fall. So a 12-point game coming up court. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clock. Manikoglu's 3-point on the mark for Abbott.
From the outside.
Subs coming on the court here for Brébeuf. 20 seconds left as we see Champlain Lennoxville's women's team set to take the court. And talk about school spirit. We got a lot of blue coming into the gym right now.
Yeah.
At the door, the football team coming in for the Cougars.
Islanders foul number 7, Kalana Copeland, 4th personal foul.
Coutu set to take the free throw here for Brébeuf. Gets it to go. As the regular season champions, Brébeuf continue their success in the postseason here.
Punching their ticket
to the semifinals tomorrow. And then in hopes of punching a ticket to the finals on Sunday. As Steinley comes up, a 3-point shot for him on the mark for Abbott, but too little, too late. As Abbott comes away losing this one, but fighting all the way until the end are the Islanders. Their season comes to an end. Brébeuf moves on to the semifinals tomorrow. Stay tuned for the next matchup as Trois-Rivières and Lennoxville will play against one another at the women's level. And it was a pleasure being on the mic with you this morning, Eddie.
Thank you, Leighton.
I'll be back on it with you tomorrow night for the RSEQ University Finals, and then maybe on Sunday for the provincial championships.
Let's make it happen.
See you guys later. Thank you.
We ask that all teams please line up on their respective foul lines for the presentation of the players of the game. Nous allons procéder à la nomination des joueurs par excellence de ce match, présenté par Sport Expert. We will now proceed with the players of the game, presented by Sport Expert. Pour présenter le joueur du match pour les Islanders, nous invitons Monsieur Patrick Lemieux, directeur des sports de John Abbott. To present the player of the game, to the Islanders, please welcome Patrick Lemieux, Athletic Director. Joueur du match, player of the game for the Islanders, number 7, Noah Manikoku. Pour présenter le joueur du match des Dynamiques, on invite M. Benoît Carrière, directeur du secteur collégial du RSEQ. Joueur du match des Dynamiques, player of the game for the Dynamiques, number 10, Isaac Gallo. Félicitations aux deux équipes et merci M. Lemieux et M. Carrière. Restez de l'ordre, la prochaine match.